This is News Alert on Capital TV.
Hello viewers, welcome to News Alert with me, Kwame Owusudan. So today, I'm so privileged to be sitting beside a man who has worked fervently to win, the all-important national organizer for the NDC. It was keenly contested, but he knew what he was about and he won. He won, hands down, over 50% of the vote. And I'm sure he was quite confident he was going to win from the beginning. We're going to be talking to Mr. Kofi Adams. Mr. Kofi Adams, welcome to News Alert.
Thank you.
Well, before we even start, let me congratulate you on your victory.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure you put together a lot of things to be able to win massively.
Sure, you have to. If you really want to win, if you mean the work that you want to do, you have to put a lot of things together to be able to win. And winning such a resounding victory didn't come easy at all.
Well, people say that, they knew that you were going to win, but I'm sure there are a lot of things that you did. I didn't hear you do a lot of propaganda work. You actually dealt with the issues as it were. Now, what made you think from the beginning you were going to win the position?
One, like you said, I'd devoid of assassinating the character of any opponent or any other person contesting the elections. I decided to focus looking at the party from its formation till date, what we have gone through, the ups and downs, where we are and where I think we should have been, and how I want to take the party to where we should have been. So my message, I realized, was syncing very well with the people, synchronizing with their thinking, and so I just remained focused. I was distracted by many comments here, accusations here, and the rest, but I remained focused. I have to discipline my team, and I advise them that, look, we are leading. The idea is for people to disrupt us, to get us engaged in exchanges that will inure to their advantage. So let us just stay focused. Let's continue to market the Kofi Adams brand. Let's market the NDC. Let's defend the NDC. Nothing more, nothing less. We focus, and I believe that it paid.
Pretty much, I'm sure you are definitely a go-getter. But of course, everybody at some point in time would be, as it were, pushed a little bit by all the propaganda works that were going on. I want to clearly understand, how Kofi Adams was able to withstand the fortitude.
Sure, it wasn't easy, but when you have assessed your people and you've understood the situation they find themselves and what they want, even though you are personally being pushed, you have to ask yourself, what I'm being pushed to do, is that what the people want? If that is not what they want, you remain focused. And for me, that was what helped me. I've gone through such challenging situations before. This is not the first time I have to go through that. I remember in the 2012 elections when Her Excellency Nana Konadu formed the NDP and was elected as its flag bearer. The party was outdoor and she got elected. I had to make a statement and a choice. Yes, we did everything that we have to do to think that the whole idea should be shelved and buried, and that it wasn't a good thing to do at the time that it was being done, but that did not happen. But publicly, one had to come out and make a statement for people to know on whose side he was. I did it. When I was going for the by-election in my constituency and some people stopped me from doing so, there were many push for me to go independent. They did everything that they have to. I sat down and assessed it and said, no, this is about Kofi Adams also. If I took the decision based on what they are pushing me to do, ultimately, when the negativity comes, I will suffer it, and I would have also let the party down. So I stood my grounds and said no. And so this wasn't the first time I was standing my ground on something that I thought that I desired doing, and it helped a lot.
Very well. Clearly, I had followed your campaign for a while, and I realized that you were constantly talking about unity. Is that to suggest that, at a certain point in time, there was no unity within, the remit of the party?
Sure. At a point in time, it was very difficult. You could tell easily that we were organizing the party around the lines of who was for who, not based on what we have understood and what has brought us together. This is a party that is a congress, because we are people from different shades of opinion. So it is well understood that you may have somebody who endorses or support one person or the other. But I believe that in terms of organizing the party, we must allow every shade of opinion to feel belong. I didn't see that happen much, and I thought that I needed to bring that as one of the key things that we need doing moving on. We should not organize the party for President Rawlings, the founder. We should not organize the party for our late President Mills. Neither should we organize the party for current President Mahamada. We should organize the party because we are organizing the party, understanding that we have one leader, that is President Mahama. We have one founder, that is His Excellency Jerry John Rawlings, and we have a leadership that is in charge. We cannot continue to organize the party around just some personalities. Yes, we can use those personalities to mobilize, but we cannot say that we are organizing the party for a personality.
Mr. Adams, pretty soon we'll be cutting we'll be putting the axe to the tree in respect of the Congress proper. But let's look at the issue of unity. Now, the perenniality of this unity within the party, as it were, according to some pundits, it's not only peculiar to this current administration. It's been with the party ever since. Now, people would want to argue, you know, of course, contrary to the position you've stated now, that the argument about unity has never let the party down in any way. In fact, in the run-up to the 2012 elections, there was a lot of, as it were, hitches within the party fraternity. However, the party was able to come together to win power in 2012. And so people would want to disagree with you on the score of unity. Do you think is the only reason why you were able to win the Congress? Because, of course, unity, you know, yeah.
No, not at all. Not at all. There are many other factors that contributed. Okay. Yes, we were able to win the 2012 elections, but we could have done better.
Okay.
For example, there are seats we lost, which we should not have lost if there was that level of unity. For example, Commander Edina Yeguafo Abrim, KEA, which we lost, we should not have lost that seat. Indeed, Tema East, that we lost, we should not have. The Akan constituency in the Volta region that we lost to the independent, we should not have lost that seat. The Tamale North seats that we lost to independent, we should not have lost that seat. It should have been registered in the name of the party. Jrapa should have been registered in the name of the party. A few other seats that we lost them because of lack of unity. So what I mean is that yes, we won the elections, but we could have done better. So if we can improve on uniting all blocks and all shades of opinion being allowed to come on board, if we can be very fair in our selection process, we will be able to hit a higher percentage than we did in 2012.
In fact, people have espoused certain positions, you know, in respect of how you won. Some people have attributed your winning to the fact that you are ex-president's, you know, boy, and in fact, you know, his aroma, if you want to put it that way, helped you to win the elections. In fact, he actually on a day endorsed you in some way or the other. But I don't want to get into all of that. I'm sure you clarified that issue, you know, and said that no, it was not a calculated event. It's something that happened that you were not even aware of. Now let's move on to what Kofi Adams.
Just a point on that.
Very well.
Of course, my association with President Rawlings contributed significantly to my victory. Because I went out there campaigning, and the executive kept asking me whether he was for my contesting or not.
So invariably.
So they went for me because they thought that he was for me contesting as national organizer.
He is a great man, of course. Yes, instilled some discipline.
Of course. But what I had disagreed was that people suggesting that what happened on the day of Congress, where he had to mention my name, was a planting. That was never a planting. Yeah, that was never a planting. It just happened, and it is true that I am his person. No doubt about that. Yeah, he loves me. I'm his person, and we can rule that out.
Right. Kofi, my boy. Very well. Now let's look at what Kofi Adams is bringing on board. I think we've been able to establish how you were able to win hands down. You know, no qualms about that. Now let's get into what Kofi Adams is bringing on board to the NDC.
Sure, one thing Kofi Adams brings on board clearly is to be able to bring all shades of opinion in the organization of the party. One, to further make sure that the youth and women participation is raised higher. You know, when you have the youth and women participating actively in political activity, there's no way you will fail. So, having worked as a youth leader myself and having worked closely with the women's wing during that period, now as an organizer, I know how to be able to bring these two bodies together to support the party. So, one, I'm going to work on that. Kofi Adams is one who is an activist and therefore loves the grassroots participation. So that is also going to be happening, that this party will now be organized as an activist grassroots-based party. So these are many other things that one will be doing to generate the necessary energy to put the party where it's supposed to be and to make it easier for winning the next election.
The overwhelming victory suggests to me that, of course, you have the grassroots, at your back, But I want to understand clearly how you're going to be able to do that, to put together all these people who, as it were, have been segregated, if you want to put it that way, in respect to the fact that the previous administration were not able to put them together properly. How are you going to be able to do that? How are you going to be able to organize them? I know you have the capacity and ability, but what magic is Kofi Adams going to use?
I won't tell you the
Now we'll be wrapping up, Kofi. We want to hear from you what Christmas message you have for all the congressmen, all the delegates, and of course everybody who voted for Mr. Kofi Adams.
First and foremost, now that I want to thank those who campaigned for me.
Yes, there's one guy who constantly calls on my show on Capital TV. I host the morning show, and he's called Bayer from Elembele. Yeah. Every time, good morning to my incoming national organizer Kofi Adams. Yes,
I had a solid backing from the Western region, the Bronga Afro region. The guys were solid. No, virtually, I must say all the regions really, and I want to thank my campaign team persons, many of whom volunteered. Some of them I have not seen them before. Wow. Up to date, I haven't seen them.
You need to see Bayer.
And
the way he campaign on my morning show every morning. I'm sure my people can attest to it.
So I'm so grateful to them. Many were those who initiated their own things, but overall, I want to thank every NDC member for the way we comported ourselves. Before this Congress, there were threats. Our former national chairman, Dr. Kobna Ajayi, was virtually raising issues that the Congress may be this, the Congress may be that. And I assure the people that, look, this Congress is going to pull through as the most peaceful Congress ever. And indeed, it happened. So I want to thank the NDC people for what they have done. Those who voted for me, those who did not vote for me, all deserve a thank you, because we all comported ourselves. I want to thank my opponent, Mr. Yabuat Tinjan, for a good show. He gave me a run for what we call my money. Yeah, it enabled us to move around the country to revive the party. All contestants who took part in this process deserve a thank you for what they have done. We've been able to revive the party. We've been able to lift it up to the next level, that we are not going to bring it down again. We are going to be moving up all the way into the elections. This Christmas period is a period of forgiveness. Let us forgive each other. Let us share the little that we have, and let's prepare ourselves for a better year coming. Let's change our attitudes. Every attitude we feel that has not helped the forward march of this party and this country, we must all change it and wear new cap towards 2015.
Does Kofi Adams hate General Mosquito?
Why should I hate General Mosquito?
Will Kofi Adams be able to work with General Mosquito?
I have worked with General Mosquito, and we are going to continue to work to win our third elections. Myself and him have worked. We worked together to win the 2008 election. We worked again for 2012, and we will work again to win the 2016.
Kofi, thank you very much. Well, we'll be speaking to Mr. Kofi Adams, the current national organizer of the ruling NDC, and I'm sure you've enjoyed the interview. My name, of course, is Kwame Owusidan, so keep watching Capital TV.
That was News Alert on Capital TV.